So we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Facebook Live session with me, Steve Sharp, from the British Council Teaching Centre in Dhaka. For our regular viewers, you'll notice that I'm not wearing my usual shirt. I thought I'd change things up a little bit for today's session. So in today's Facebook Live session, we're going to be talking about young learner classes online again. And I'm super excited to be joined by one of our teachers of English, Rosie. Hello, Rosie.
Hi, Steve. Hello, how are you?
Very well, thanks. It's good to see you. How are things going with you?
It's good, fine. Everything is fine.
Good, good, good. So in today's session, Rosie is going to be talking about our young learner classes, but also giving us an insight into her classes and the types of activities she enjoys doing with her students and why. So first of all, Rosie, how long have you been teaching at the teaching centre?
It's been almost 9 years.
Ooh, long time. Okay,
Fine.
good, good, good. And during that time, you've mainly taught teenagers, is that correct?
Yes, yes. I did. I do actually. From the beginning of my career, I started teaching young learners, and still I'm doing it.
Good,
yes.
Good. So when we talk about young learners, what age range are we talking about specifically?
5 to 6, they're early years, and they're 7 to 11 age groups. We call them primary plus, and then 12 to 17, they're secondary level of students. So yeah, these are young learners, students.
We've got quite a broad range of levels and ages there for our young learner classes. And when we talk about online classes, most people have the impression that students just sit at a computer, they chat, etc. Well, actually, it's not like that. So how long are our online classes, and how many classes do students have in total?
Mostly is for 2 hours long. One class is for 2 hours long, and there are 8 classes for a total 16 hours term.
Yeah.
And these are the terms.
And what during those 2 hours do students have a chance to have a break, like 5 or 10 minutes, or do they?
Yes, there is a small break, around 5 minutes, almost 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, mostly 5 minutes. Yeah.
And that's really important because obviously sat at a computer for 2 hours can be quite taxing on the body, especially with young learners, especially the early years and primary students. They tend to be quite fidgety, so they need to move around, etc. So that's good to know. And in terms of the materials, what materials do we use with our online classes?
Mostly we use materials for British Council materials, like for early years, we have one materials which is what we call it, like, Sean and Timmy. I got to know.
Learning time with Timmy. Sorry.
Time, good, and they're mostly videos, activities, and they actually watch them and have fun and do some activities related to those videos. And for primary plus, they do actually have some magazines which is related to different ideas connected to real life, like schools, the geography and the science, everything like that. And for secondary level students, we have mostly project-based activities, which is also British Council materials.
Brilliant. Okay. One thing I love about Learning Time with Timmy is that the British Council teamed up with Aardman, who do the stop motion animation for Wallace and Gromit, and they've created this complete package, a series of videos and activities, language activities for the students. And I love how, they sing along to the Timmy song, they learn about the different characters, etc. I mean, it's great fun. I've taught that class a few times, and it's just so, the kids absolutely love it.
Fun. It's really fun.
It's good fun. And also, for the early years, for 5 and 6 year olds, because they're so young, we do actually have more regular breaks. for the online classes, and the activities that we use for that age group incorporate students like moving around the house. So, for example, one lesson I observed was where the teacher said, right, find something blue in your house. And the students ran around their house, they grabbed something blue, they brought it back to the computer and they showed it on the screen. The teacher was like, brilliant, now find something yellow. So it's great. It's a great way for students to practice their listening skills, but they're also moving around and they're showing that they've understood by bringing something blue or something yellow, etc. So great interaction for those classes. Now, talking about activities, what types of activities do we do with our young learners in their online classes?
Actually, we do group projects from the materials for collaboration, and we do some games, video activities to help to put the language in the context. And we actually help them understand the situation and cope up with the situation so that they can be very, very creative and they can pick from their context.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen some of the work that our primary students have created, and I mean, the level of imagination and creativity is, you know, it's amazing what they come up with. And I think also with the secondary materials that we use, as you said, it's mainly based around projects. People who have produced that when I was their age. So it really is engaging for the students.
Yeah, very engaging, yes.
Definitely. Another thing I really like about our online classes is the functions that are available on Zoom. So Zoom, for people who don't know, is the online learning platform that we use. And the functions that are available really help to mimic the dynamics of a face-to-face classroom. So students can work in pairs or in small groups. They can have private chats with each other. They can share each other's screens. There is a whiteboard. I mean, it really does help to make the class more engaging, I would say, than a face-to-face class, because they have to make that extra effort and they really appreciate it.
They love being in the breakout room and they become very interactive while they're doing group work, pair work. They actually enjoy being interactive and they actually come up with new ideas, very like unexpected ideas sometimes. You don't expect them to do. They become very, very confident.
So before we move on to talk more about other aspects of the Young Learner classes, for our listeners or for our viewers, at the moment we are still registering for our Term 5 classes. The term starts tomorrow, but actually we're extending the registration date until the 27th of August. If you are a current student or you've studied with us in previous terms, you will get a 10% discount if you register for our next term. So please do consider this when you're thinking about enrolling your child. So Rosie, let's go back to our online classes. Now, child protection is of great importance to the British Council. So what do we do in order to ensure that child protection is incorporated into our online classes?
We actually, all British Council teachers, we all have completed the child protection training. And not only that, every year we do actually renew that one also. And then the classes, all the classes are password protected. No one can enter without the password, so they're safe there. And also cameras and microphones are on, so the teachers can monitor the classroom, who's there. And also there's a scope for parents to monitor them, because they have the link, they have everything. The homework and tasks that they're being like, they get everything. They can monitor students easily by checking that what actually they're doing sitting in front of the laptop or mobile phone. So yeah, they're safe. Yeah, and students also, if they have any problem or if they want to chat privately with the teachers, they can do so anytime during the class. Yes.
So we've got a couple of questions, Rosie. Our first one is from Raihanul Islam, and they have put, what type of activities do you carry out to develop speaking skills during online classes? Rosie, would you be able to answer that question?
The whole class is based on that. Actually, when like every part of the classes, if you see, these are interactive. They are discussing. They are actually collecting ideas. They are doing some research. They are sharing their ideas. They are trying to do the pair work. They are trying to do the group work. They are coming. They are planning something. Everything. Whatever they're engaged, they're interactive. They're speaking every time. So all the activities are connected. Yes.
Also, we have smaller class sizes. There is a limit, 20 students maximum. So that enables more interaction for the students. And as we said, one of the features of Zoom is called the Breakout Rooms. And this is kind of like a separate room where they can do pair work or they can work in small groups where they're asking each other questions, they're discussing their ideas. So, they're constantly speaking all the time. So that's how we develop their speaking skills.
And if I want to add with you, Steve, we teach them vocabulary before we start the task, the pre-task vocabulary. They already know, and in the breakout room, they already practice them using those phrases, using those words, and also pronunciation. We teach them how to pronounce that word or how to go with the intonation and pronunciation. We do actually ask them and help them and correct them using those things. So these are very helpful.
Yeah. We've got another question as well, and I can answer this one. Do you need to take a level test before enrolling the students for specific courses? For our early years, because they're 5 and 6 years old, they don't need to do the level test. For the primaries, from 7 to 11, the classes are divided by age. So if your child is 7 years old, they'll be in primary 1. If they're 8 years old, they'll be in primary 2, etc., etc. When we get to the secondary levels, that's when they'll do a short placement test in order to determine which level they will be in, dependent on their age groups. Okay, brilliant. All right, so we've talked about child protection, the activities, the class structure. What are some of the benefits to online learning for young learners, Rosie?
Actually, there are so many in comparison to face-to-face, right? Think about the SSC exam. When the SSC exam is finished, students are doing nothing, and the SSC students, they have nothing to do. They cannot go out and meet other people and their friends. They can actually use this time learning something for their future development. If they want to go higher education, for their future goals, they can actually shape them up here. And another thing is, for face-to-face classes, you don't have to worry about you can going there for the wasting time on the middle of the road, traffic jam and everything. So actually, yes,
the traffic can be like,
you can just wake up and sit in front of the your computer and the class is on. So it's very easy, and you don't have to worry much about that.
Yeah, I think also parents are able to monitor their children. So, if their kids are at home, they're attending an online class for 2 hours, the parents know that A, their child is safe, B, their child is learning, but also C, it allows them to do other things around the house, or maybe catch up on, with family members, etc. So it really is, a great opportunity. Also, you mentioned about the HSC students. Most of them would want to go on to university afterwards. And being comfortable with online learning really helps to increase their digital literacy skills. So we're talking about their ability to use technology to help them achieve tasks. Skills. Do you have any advice to you parents after or are concerned about students learning online?
For the parents, I think actually, if they compare, as I was telling you about the face-to-face learning and the digital one, as you said, that they can feel that their kids, their children, they're safe while sitting in front of the computer, and they're actually improving their digital literacy. They can develop themselves, and if the parents can sit aside, they can monitor. There's a very good chance in the face-to-face classes it's not possible. Yeah, you can monitor and you can ask questions to teachers. You can actually know that if they're improving or not. You can actually monitor them, and you can see them what actually they're doing sitting in front of the computer. They're learning.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing for parents. They can relax now that yes, this is happening, right? Yeah, that's easy for them, and they can do sitting aside. They can do other work, and then yeah.
I think it really is. It really is opening their minds up to the fact that online learning isn't just sitting at a laptop playing games. There is a lot going on. There is interaction with the teacher, with the other students in the classroom. They're practicing their English. They're increasing their digital literacy skills. I mean, yeah, it's a great opportunity. Brilliant. All right, we've got
This is what I think that most of the parents, they do think that they're like sitting in front of the computer and online something. Maybe they're playing games. They cannot do anything. But if you see them, they're learning. They're improving. This is not waste of time, or they're not playing games. They're learning through it. Yeah. Yes.
So we've got another question here from Smriti Day. How can I eliminate kind of like my fear of speaking English? I think practice. When you're in an online class, you're with other students of a similar level and a similar age, and everyone has, their own fears and hang-ups of speaking in another language. And the only way to overcome this is to practice. With the online classes, you're in a safe environment. The teachers understand that you are learning English. They're very patient. They're very helpful. They can help you. They can give you more vocabulary to help you express yourself more accurately. But also, because we use a communicative language teaching methodology, we allow students to talk and really improve their fluency skills and become more comfortable with speaking in English. So that's how you overcome your fear of speaking. Okay. And okay, I think we are coming towards the end now. Rosie, do you have any final pieces of advice to give parents or students who want to study classes online?
I think that if you want to learn, there's no limit. Anywhere you go and anywhere you sit, it's not about the face-to-face learning, it's not about online learning. If you want to learn, if you want to develop and improve yourself, you can actually you will love it, and you will, if you join. I found my students, they are always very happy, and they actually, most of the students, they told me that the online classes, these are the best classes they have ever had, and they are full.
Yeah.
Yes, they're full of energy, and they are always concentrated. They can actually give their full. They're not worried about anything. Yeah, and almost there in my classes, almost no absence. Right, 100% attendance, 90% attendance are always there.
Good.
So yeah,
Itself, isn't it?
Yes, that seems like they are happy, and this, yes, and the one thing I can tell you that sometimes most of the parents, the teachers cannot monitor and sitting in the
Yeah. Okay.
one screen is not. We can see everywhere. It's like our face. We can differences.
Okay, brilliant.
Everything is there. Yes.
All right.
They can do everything like face-to-face classes.
Okay. Well, we're coming towards the end now, and just to remind our viewers that we are still accepting registrations for our Term 5 classes. Registration has been extended to the 27th of August. So if you are interested, please get in touch with the British Council. You can write your comment, your name in the comment box below. And also there is a 10% discount for any returning students. So if you've studied with us before and you would like to continue, there will be a 10% discount, all right? Thank you very much to everyone who's watched us today, and thank you as well to Rosie. I really enjoyed talking to you, and as I said at the beginning, it was great to see you again, and we look forward to seeing some of our viewers in our online classes. So thanks to everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.